to What If Gyutaro Stayed Human Part 2, I believe. Yeah, Part 2. So, last time we left off, Gyutaro was saved by 5 demon slayers, all of them of unknown names because they're not really going to be any more important to the story at all, other than 4 of them died and 1 of them told him where to go. But anyway, where was I? So, Gyutaro, he was told to head to this dojo run by a man, because that's where this demon slayer got his swordmanship skills. How he can handle a sword. He learned to handle a sword there. So Gyutaro began his little journey to that old dojo. Now it's kind of similar to Tanjiro's thing, because there wasn't really anything really happened like at all, other than he had to hide Nezuko, but this time he didn't. So yeah. So but anyway, because he doesn't have to. But anyway, he's kind of just going past places, and he still has that. I don't know what kind of walk he got, but it's a walk. People, and it would go past little houses, and people would look at him in horror, because they'd never seen this little fucking disgusting looking thing ever. Some of them would look at him like he was the most disgusting thing they've ever seen. And how in his past he took pride. He pride himself in being ugly. So he laughed to himself about them doing that. He was kind of he was laughing to himself about it. But anyway, let's continue on the trail. So he's just on this trail, he keeps on going the same way. As he's just slowly going on, and it becomes nighttime. Anyway, moving on from the nighttime. It's dark. It's a full moon out, and so he's just continuing down this path, and he notices just this last little house. It's just right there. It's really nothing else. Actually, it's not a house, sorry. A shrine. It's just this little shrine. As he takes notice of it, but he stared at it for a bit more longer than you'd think a regular person would look at it. And he has no idea why he did it, but he did. But he noticed from this little shrine that there was just a little bit of blood right there. So he, being a curious motherfucker, decided to go check it out. So so he checks it out, and he notices the blood, and he's looking at it, and he's like, what the fuck? So he begins to look around, and he starts noticing this little trail of blood, just little blood drops. And he begins to follow it. As he follows it, the blood drops become bigger and bigger, being some sort of way signifying that he's getting closer to that thing. And at some point, he starts hearing as if someone was eating. He starts hearing as if someone was tearing through the flesh of something, tearing into meat with their teeth, tearing through it. As he slowly creeps up on this thing, and he sees what he thinks is just a person, or what he thinks is just basically a cannibal, a person eating another person. And he's like, what the fuck? But it seems that the thing took notice of him. Because you remember how back You know how in his story, how he says he smelled like pretty much of death. He just smelled terrible. It smelled his scent and basically it gave him out like right away. As the thing would look towards Gyutaro, and Gyutaro look at it is like shit. As the demon, as we know is a demon, but he just thinks it's like a cannibal because he doesn't know demons eat people. He just knows that demons exist. He doesn't know they eat people. The demon slayer never specified that they ate anyone. So the demon begins to basically, how would I pronounce it? Basically charging at him on all fours, kind of just on all fours. And Gyutaro has his sickle with him, like it would do shit. As he's like, oh fuck. So he pulls out his sickle and tries to swing at the thing, but it dodges his swing, making him miss. So he begins to just have this sickle, this one little rusty sickle that he has, and just begins to try to fight this thing, but it's too fast for him to land any hits. As the thing practically pounces on him and basically has its hands on his shoulder, making it so he can't get up, and was basically about to bite him in the neck when he took this chance to stab through his face and basically used the sickle to hold up his face, basically, so his mouth couldn't reach him. So basically, Gyutaro is just right here. He's kind of stuck in this kind of situation, and he has this demon's on top of him with a sickle through its forehead, still alive, still kicking. He's like, oh, and he's like, fuck. He thought it would be dead by now, but nope. It's very much alive. So it's still kicking. It's trying to, and then like it tries to claw at him. So it starts scratching him, and it fucking hurts, and he kicks it away. But while kicking it away, it kind of like tears, like makes the sickle kind of tear through its head, up its head. So like it didn't go through right out the exit wound where, well, sorry, not exit wound, right through the wound that he made previously. What it did was it pulled up, so then it just pretty much cut through the rest of its head upwards. So basically think of it like stabbed right in the middle of its forehead, and then like just go up from there, and basically bam, it just has a fucking cut right down the center of its head, basically. As you know, Gyutaro's still on the floor, and the demon's like standing, and Gyutaro noticed that it's just fucking, it just completely regenerates its head back, or well, to be more specific, it's like its head reattaches itself basically to each other, and it seemed like there was never even a wound there. There was nothing there to show it being hurt. So he's like, what the fuck? Actually, technically he would know because he saw Doma eating someone. Shit, I forgot about that. Let's just say that in this one he wasn't, because I forgot. For plot. For plot, people. For plot. Okay, guys, it makes it better. And if you want to blame it on anything, blame my faulty memory. I fucking got it. I'm fucking stupid. But anyway, hold on. Sorry about that. Oh, hi. I didn't know Artemis was in here. Sorry about that, but I just moved spots because, again, my bed is creaking a lot, so I'm moving spots. So now I'm just down here on a chair, so let me get comfortable. Alright, so where was I? So yes, he sees that the thing reattaches his head, and it rushes back at him. So he barely even got time to stand back up. So it basically kind of tried to tackle him, or well, did tackle him, but like grabbing onto his waist, basically hugging to his waist, and Gyutaro is just back down on the floor, like if it never happened, and he's trying to get this fucking thing off of him, and he just fucking, he gets a sickle and basically stabs through its neck and continues to just pull through, so its whole head comes off, but it's still fucking alive. It's still holding him, so he's trying to get it off while the head of the demon seems to like still be alive. Like, it's still alive. It's trying to get to him, trying to bite him, and he's like, shit. As he finally gets out of the grasp of the demon, and he's basically like, fuck, I gotta get out of here. So he basically just runs, because he can't do anything against it. He cut it. Oh, he fucking decapitated the thing, but it's still alive, so he doesn't know what the fuck to do. So he runs back to the shrine where it's just an opening. And the demon followed and reattached its head, and it was it jumped back onto Gyutaro, and Gyutaro lost grip of his sickle and dropped it, and he was like, shit. As he was trying to get it off, it was just, and right when it was about to tried to bite into his head, the sun came out. The sun fucking came out, and the demon looked towards the sun as it screamed, and just not slowly, but faded away like if it was never there. And Gyutaro is kind of just heavy breathing. He's like, what the fuck was that thing? As he takes notice that there's nothing left, basically. Nothing. No blood, no nothing. It just completely evaporated. Like if it never fucking existed. Like if it just came out of a fucking fairy tale, basically. He's like, what the fuck was that? As a person from the shadow seems to say something to him. And that person's like, that is what we call a demon. As Gyutaro picks up a sickle and like points it towards the man, and the man's just standing there. This man is about, let's say, slightly older, he's starting to get his gray hairs. He's starting to get his gray hairs. As he's just basically wearing normal shit. I don't know what to really say. There's nothing really too different about him. He's starting to get gray hairs. He has like a little beard. He has a little beard, pretty much. He has a little bit of a beard. And he has like his hands behind his back. Both his hands behind his back. Oh shit, I gotta think of a name. Fuck, I just realized that. Sorry. But Gyutaro looks towards the man, he's like, who are you? As the man, hold on, let me think of a name. Completely forgot that I have to think of a name for him. Fuck. Alright, I think I come up with a name. The man looks towards Gyutaro and he's like, my name. Shit, should have thought of no, let's just go with the last name. My name is Toma, and that's all you're gonna get from me. Okay, before we get any more deeper into this, which we're not because we're out of time, but I don't know, is there someone named Toma? Is there someone named Toma in Demon Slayer? I have no idea. If there is, I don't remember. So fuck. I could be completely fucked with this, so you guys are gonna have to say something, okay? But if there's not, I kinda lucked out with that. But anyway, as I said, we're out of time. But again, I really hope you guys are going to enjoy this series. This series, I'm gonna try to take it in a slower way. I've seen other like Demon Slayer shit, and they mostly go really into it really fast because most of the first season was very just. It doesn't seem like you can take it very much. A lot of people skip over the first season, or most of the first season. But anyway, hope you guys enjoyed, and goodbye.